Welcome back viewers. After a gap of 4-5 days, I am again back with a new video. In this video, we are going to check out the Nobara project. So this will be an introduction to the Nobara project. Nobara project is a modified version of Fedora Linux with user-friendly fixes added to it. Fedora is a very good workstation OS. However, anything involving a third party or proprietary packages is usually absent from the fresh install. A typical point and click user can often struggle how to get a lot of things working beyond the basic browser and office documents that come with the OS without having to take extra time to search documentation. Some of the important things that are missing from Fedora, especially with regards to gaming, include the Wine dependencies, OBS Studio, third-party codecs such as those for GStreamer, third-party drivers like NVIDIA drivers, and even small patch or package fixes here and there. The project aims to fix most of these issues and offer a better gaming and streaming and content creation experience out of the box. Most importantly, we want to be more point and click friendly and avoid the basic user from having to open the terminal. It is not that the terminal or the terminal usage is a bad thing by any means. Power users are more likely to welcome to continue with the terminal, but for new users, point and click ease of use is usually expected. So there is a clarification that this distribution is not to be considered as a Fedora spin. We are a completely independent project based on Fedora and there are no Fedora developers or parties directly involved. Nobara project uses Fedora packages, code and repositories, and that is the extent of it. There is nothing more from the Fedora side except the Fedora packages, code and repositories. Currently, there are a list of fixes applied on top of Fedora. So there are bug fixes and gaming oriented updates. So kernels come with cherry pick Zen patches applied. Kernel patch with the Open RGB. Kernel patch with the AMD CPCC. Kernel patch to enable AMD GPU for pre-ProList cards by default instead of Radeon cards. Kernel patch with Steam Deck support. Kernel configured with HMEM, Binder and Android support for the Droid. Kernel patch with Windows Surface support. So you can use this Linux project on your Windows Surface. It will work properly. Kernel patch with the ASUS control patches for better ASUS laptop compatibility. Kernel patch with the simple DRM fix and workaround for NVIDIA. So you can check out the what exact fixes are there for the NVIDIA from this merge request list. Kernel patches with the ACS override IOMMU patch for the better VFIO IOMMU group control. So you can check out from this Arch website link for the details. QSG render loop, so basic set for the NVIDIA cards, fixes the NoView Wayland freezes. Fixes issue of KDE Wayland often freezing on first login after NVIDIA proprietary drivers are installed. Mesa Git approved for AMD Intel drivers instead of the latest release, built and updated. Updated regularly every few weeks to a month on average. So you will get a new updates from the Mesa Git provided for AMD Intel drivers instead of the latest release, built and updated regularly. So the Mesa will be stable. The drivers will remain stable, so you need not worry with the frequent updates that might mess up with your system. glibc patch with clone 3 disabled. glib patch with broken commits reverted to allow easy anti-cheat to work for rogue company. DNF fastest mirror enabled, so the DNF will automatically check for the fastest mirror. DNF max parallel downloads increased to 6. I think the default is 2 or 3, but it has now increased to 6. GST editing services disabled, causes Wine to hang when creating new prefixes. LSPCI system link from user has been LSPCI to user bin LSPCI. So it has been moved from the system bin to the user bin. Nobara controller config package provided for easy installation of Zone and XPAD Neo drivers and firmware. Gnome variable refresh rate patches added for Mutter. Gnome Mutter check allow timeout increase from 5 seconds to 30 seconds. Gnome Mutter patch with X11 fractional scaling. GNOME Mutter Wayland and X11 fractional shelling enabled by default. GNOME shell patch with new patches to allow GNOME extension manager to auto update without needing GNOME extension app installed. GameScope version regularly updated. Goverlay version regularly updated. Mango Herd version regularly updated. VK Basalt version regularly updated. VM max map count is 167772216 set by default for Star Citizen. X Valent patch for fix for lock FPS on some systems. Super GFX control and GNOME extension plus KDE Plasmid enable for laptops. Vendor agnostic and works with any combination of Intel, AMD, NVIDIA GPUs. So that's great. There are some general usage improvements for the NVIDIA cards. So you can read here. NVIDIA GPU detection and driver auto installation is there. SDL2 patch to fix a NVIDIA frame rate issue with SDL video driver. NVIDIA GPUs that work with driver version 515 or newer are compatible with Nobara. So any driver version older than this, there might be issue if you install it on your system. Video codecs. A post installation codec installer asks the user if they are like to enable and install various important codecs and related packages out of the box, easy video encoding and the decoding playback. Blender is now available with FFmpeg support, allows H624 render output, available with HIP support for AMD GPU rendering. DaVinci Resolve along with the dependencies is installed. It works easily on the fresh install. So that is a big news for the creators. OBS Studio is available patch with the browser plugin, available patch with Vulkan and OpenGL game capture plugin. So you can create a video of your game, then you can edit it inside the OBS Studio, or you can directly stream from the OBS Studio to your YouTube channel. OBS Studio is available patch with AMD AMF H264 and H265 HEVC encoder. That is the AMD's version of the NVEC or the NVIDIA encoder. FFmpeg WAPI plugin replaced with the AMD Intel WAPI plugins. GStreamer encoder includes the NVIDIA NVEC encoder, available patch with the Pipewire application audio capture plugin, available patch from the source record plugin, available patch from the WebSockets plugin. Wine is included in the installation. Wine version provided by the official Wine HQ instead of Fedora. This allows for easier and more viable bug reporting due to some conflicts with how Fedora packages Wine. 64 and 32-bit Wine dependencies including the Winetricks and GStreamer installed for hassle-free out of the box Lutris and Wine gaming. Proton comes with the Proton Up Qt install in the installation. This is the GUI that can be used for installing Proton G and a Wine G. Discord package is built with following enhancement launch options added based on the user feedback. No sandbox, ignore GPU block list, disable features, use Ozone platform, enable features, WAPI video decoder, use GL desktop, enable GPU rasterization and enable zero copy. Please note that Discord is not included with the default installation by request of various users, but the package is available in our repositories with the modifications mentioned above. So this you have to go and install the Discord from the repositories, and then once you install, automatically all this enhancements will be applied to the Discord application. Flatpak repository, that is the FlatHub, is enabled by default. Flatpak patch to allow modify LDT by default allows League of Legends to run the Flatpak. Nautilus comes with the classic type ahead functionality that has been restored. This allows you to start tapping to go to the file closest to the type text within the folder instead of initiating a full system search. Button for toggling between breadcrumb navigation and a text navigation bar has been restored. Workaround added to fix not being able to drag drop from the file roller or arc, that is the file archiver, to extract files as well as file drag issues. SE Linux is set to permissive mode. This way it is active and still locks but does not block anything such as the various game mods or the program compilation is specific. SE Linux blocks some TF2 mods and blocks Proton compilation. SE Linux is shipped with the set troubleshoot D daemon, that is the set troubleshoot daemon, to provide more informative feedback and resolution options to SE Linux issues if they occur. RPM Fusion repos are enabled by default. Steam is included in the installation. Lutri is installed by default and updated frequently. Mango Herd plus Overlay plus GameScope is included in installation, updated frequently. OnlyOffice is included in installation as Office Suite. Cups printer drivers are installed by default. VaporSynth is updated to latest version. FFMS2 is patched to fix compatibility with VaporSynth. RPM Fusion, there is inclusion of RPM Fusion packages as per the following. So you can check out this link of FAQs. Software that uses a free license but not accepted in Fedora for various reasons. For example, video players, non-free repository. So these are the softwares that are included in the free repositories. That includes the video players. Though they are not included in Fedora and free repositories, they are included here in the free repositories. In the non-free repositories, software that includes a non-free license but otherwise redistributable. So those kinds of software are included in the non-free repository of Nobara. For example, the NVIDIA binary drivers. And then there is some question answers like, can I use RPM Fusion packages during installation of Fedora? Yes, Anaconda, the Fedora install supports external repositories during installation. So these are some question answers regarding the Fedora and Nobara. So you can go through that. So by default, okay, now the Nobara upstream repository contains packages which otherwise would be available in RPM Fusion free or non-free repository but have been patched or modified by Nobara, that are the Blender, OBS Studio, GStreamer, WAPI, Discord, Telegram and MPV. So you can check out the files here, and based on those files you can build the ISO yourself, or you can download the Nobara ISOs from here, standard Nobara ISOs from here. So you have to click on this link. I already opened the link. So there is the official Nobara ISO which contains the GNOME desktop that has been tweaked by the Nobara developers. Then you have got a standard Nobara 36 GNOME desktop, and there is a Nobara KDE desktop available here. So you can download it. I am already downloading it. So we will check out two, that is the Nobara 36 official desktop which contains a tweaked GNOME desktop, and the Nobara 36 GNOME desktop, that is a standard GNOME desktop implementation, and third will be Nobara KDE desktop. So I will stop the video here. In the next video we will do the installation of the Nobara official ISO that contains the tweaked GNOME desktop. See you in the next video. Bye bye.